I've got two straw hats I wear. I want to show them to you both. This one you might have seen before if you watched my cowboy hat video. It was the very first video I put out on this channel. But now that it's summertime, warm weather, I wanted to show you again this one and the new one that I have, and just kind of do a little refresh about straw hats, when to wear them, why to wear them, etc. So this one is a 100X straw hat from Atwood Hat Company. It has a pre-shaped crown on it, which is great for one reason, not great for another. The reason that it's great is because it actually will hold a little bit better when it's machine shaped versus hand shaped. But the bad thing about that is if you wanted it to look different, you know, you can't. Once it's pressed with a machine, that's how it's going to look, that's how it's going to be. This hat, it's got a pretty good lacquer on it. I don't know if it's double coated, single coated, not real sure. But what that does, the lacquer on a straw helps it hold its shape longer, helps it stay in better condition longer. If it didn't have any lacquer on there, it would really just move around a lot. The shape wouldn't hold, wouldn't be very water resistant, etc. So this one I've had a year now, and it's been a good hat. It's really, you can see the shape of it's pretty beat up and messed up. It doesn't look like a fresh hat because it's not a fresh hat. And I really like this hat. I like working in it. But as it has gotten beat up and torn up and messed up, I needed another hat, one that I could wear and keep a little nicer. Like, you know, I've got a wedding coming up I'm going to this week, for example. One that I could put on and not have mud and dirt stains all over it and not be all bent out of shape. So I got a new one, and my new one is right here. This is an American Hat Company brand straw hat, and I just got this one from Shorty's. Shorty's is a legendary hat company here in Oklahoma. Shorty is the name of the owner. She's awesome. And this hat came from Shorty's. It was shaped by Drake. He's one of their employees, awesome guy. He's pretty big over on TikTok for his hat shaping. I think he might have over 100,000 followers there. I'm not sure, but he shaped this one up for me, made it look real nice. I got it at a little rodeo. I think it was the Little Britches Rodeo. It was up at the Lazy E Arena here recently. So let's look at these hats. Let's talk about what they cost, the differences that you get with them, and just some more about straw hats. This hat, I think it was $129.99. And man, you know, that feels like a lot to pay for a straw hat until you move into something like this. But, you know, I like a hat that fits good, and that was the main reason that I bought this hat right here. When I was shopping for a straw last summer, I went in the store and I tried on a bunch of different hats, and when I put this one on, it really felt like that it fit my head well. And I was kind of in a hurry when I was shopping for this hat. I needed it for a wedding last summer, and I probably could have found something a little different, would have found something a little different had I had more time. But this is what I had at the time, and what I got, what I had time to shop for. And it's been a really great hat, but earlier this year, I just wasn't liking the way it was fitting on my head. So I kind of soaked it in some water and shoved it down on my head. When I did, it put these little creases up here, kind of, you know, made it bend a little bit and get a little messed up. But for my work hat, really doesn't bother me too much. So this hat, again, I was about $129 plus tax. This hat, brand new retail, is $225. And so there's a $100 difference there. Is there a $100 difference in quality? I don't know that I can say that yet because I haven't had this hat long enough. I haven't put enough wear on it compared to the amount of wear that I've put on this hat. Now, if you're just buying a hat to go work in, you know, some people would say, oh, there's no way I'd spend $100 on a hat, $200 on a hat to go get muddy and dirty, and, you know, I understand completely. However, I like to buy things that I think are going to last me and that I can use for a little while. And I enjoy something that lasts for two reasons. One, I like to make my money go far when I buy something. Two, I like the stories that something that lasts a long time is able to build and that you can carry with you. You know, a hat has memories associated with it. And this one right now, all this mud that I've got on it, you know, that was from the last time I sorted some calves for my pawpaw and my uncle's cattle. Fell off in the corral when I was on this horse right here, Ray, and it's just got memories attached to it, you know, things that give it some character, give it some story, things I can look back on. So if you buy something too cheap, I don't even have any sheep yet. If you buy something too cheap, it's just not going to last. You're not going to be able to make as much of those memories with that. And, you know, again, different strokes for different folks. Not everybody cares. Some people say, well, who cares about memories? You spent $100, $200 on a hat. I could have bought a $40 hat and, you know, it lasts just as long. Well, I don't think it's going to last just as long, and I want something that will last a while. And again, we're talking about straw hats here, not felts. So obviously straw hats are not going to last as long as a felt hat, probably, depending on how you use it. But anyway, this is my Atwood. I like it a lot. It's a good one. I think Atwood makes good hats. I've got an Atwood felt I like a lot. And but this American, let's put it on. Check it out. So this American, it fits a little different. It's got a little bit, it's a little wider, but it is a different size. This one is a size 7 in the Atwood, and this one is a 7 1/8. So, and then when they were shaping it, they put in some little fillers on the side here just to get it to fit me a little bit better. My head shape, you know, everybody's got a different head shape. Nothing just straight from a factory is necessarily going to fit somebody perfect, but my head shape is a really long oval. So getting a hat that fits me lengthwise and widthwise it's just doesn't happen when it comes straight out of the box, just straight off a shelf. But this one, I do like the way it fits. It really fits nice, especially after it was shaped. Fits better to my head. Put the little inserts in there. I would like it to be a little tighter, especially if I was going to ride in this hat a lot. Just because a straw hat, the wind catches it. There's just not much you can do about that. Anybody who says their hat never blows off never rides. So anyway, so comparatively, this one is pretty cool. The color is a lot different than this one. This one is very light colored cream. It's got the cream colored matching ribbon on there. And this one's got a lot of gray tones in it, which I really like. They had a, what was it? What brand? Rodeo King. They had a Rodeo King hat there that had a lot of brown in it. And I actually wear a lot of brown. And so I tried that one on. But the long oval on the Rodeo King, it just wasn't oval enough for my head shape, or I probably would have got that hat. It was only, I think it was $90. So I wasn't looking to spend the most money, but I was looking to make my money work for me. And that's why I ended up going with this hat right here. So American Hat Company, I've heard lots of great things about them. This is my first time to get to try American Hat Company hat, and I've put on some of their felts, but I've never owned an American Hat Company hat until now. So I'm excited to see how this one breaks in and wears over time, how it lasts, that kind of thing. And again, as of right now, I'm kind of wearing this as more of my nice hat, so it's not like I'm getting to put a true test against this one, because I've worn this one as a nice hat, work hat, and everything else in between. And now I have the privilege and opportunity of having two nice straws that fit and work well for my head shape. So this one will get to be more of just a nice hat. Let's talk about the brim size on both of these hats real quick. I don't like a real big brim for my face shape, my head shape. Just on me, I don't love a big wide brim. You know, that may change over time. Styles change, preferences change. But one of the reasons that I also got this American hat was because this one has a 4 1/4 inch brim, just like this one here. And I like that little bit smaller brim. A lot of your straws that guys wear, people wear nowadays are a 5-inch brim, and it looks great on them, works great for them, can give you the opportunity to have a little more shade. But for me, I like the smaller brim, and I was happy to be able to get this 4 1/4 inch brim in this American hat here. So I don't know, a lot of people have different preferences on their brim shape. Let me know what brim size you like. Do you like to wear smaller brim? On my felts, I even go smaller than this. I think on my Atwood felt, I might even be at 3 3/4 of an inch on that one. I might be wrong. I'll double check and let y'all know sometime. But it's at least a 4-inch, if not smaller than that. My Atwood or my Bailey felt that I wear a lot, it's also like a 4-inch brim, maybe 4 1/4, but I think it's more like a 4. So I usually go with a smaller brim just for my head, my preference, my style. I probably even would have liked a smaller brim than this, but they just don't make small brims on straw hats very often that I see. I'm sure I could have ordered one online, but I don't like ordering hats online without being able to try them on. So this one, again, got the cream ribbon around it. Monotone, matches the hat color. This one with the gray, gray ribbon, got a lot of gray in the hat. Really nice. It's got this really cool little American flag, American Hat Company emblem back here. It says American on the ribbon here. And pretty cool thing, I think American Hat Company saying is positive times, and it has that plus and that X and that plus. You'll see a lot of guys with American Hat have patches on their hats, especially on their felts. I'm not a huge hat patch guy necessarily, but a lot of people like to, you know, use that because it's like a brand that they like and they want to represent that and let people know they're wearing an American hat. So genuine leather headband, it says. These are Bowie, Texas. I'm not sure how you say it, but that's where American Hat Company headquarters, and I think that's where their hats are made. I've seen some YouTube videos of them making hats in their factory, etc. People touring their factory. And American Hat Company kind of got, I mean, they've been in business a long time. I think that they got an extra boost in popularity because of Yellowstone. From my understanding of what I've saw, I think they wear some American hats on the show. So anyway, this one is a 7 1/8 long oval, fits me good. And if you don't know, this is how you put on a cowboy hat. If you're new to buying a cowboy hat and you don't know what the front of the hat is or the back of the hat is, where the ribbon is on the inside headband, that's the back of the hat. So that way you know where to put the hat. The ribbon always goes to the back on your hat, and if you're ever confused, now you know. Hopefully that little tip helps you. So which hat do you like better? Are you more, let's talk about color. Which color? You know, there's the cream, there's the gray. Let me know down below which kind of color and which one you think looks better on me. Which one would you choose for yourself? Who makes your favorite straw hat? There's a lot of great companies out there. American Hat Company, Atwood Hat Company, Resistol, Stetson, Bailey. There's, you know, galore of hat makers out there that you can choose from. And a lot of people, they'll have a favorite. And, you know, me, I don't know my favorite yet necessarily. I hadn't got to put this one to the test much yet, but I've always enjoyed the Atwood hats I've had, and looking forward to putting the miles in on this one, seeing where it ends up. Over on TikTok, when I posted about getting this hat, a lot of people were talking about how much they love their American hats, and it's not the first time I've heard it, so that's why I was excited to try this one myself and see what I think about it. So this one I've got a feather in. This was a feather from a chicken of mine, actually, and this one I've left just kind of more factory. Don't have a feather in the hat band. And do you like to wear feathers in your hats or no? You know, it's just kind of a personal style thing, and I find feathers all over the place all the time, not just from chickens but from all kinds of birds out here. People like to fancy their hats up. You know, you can get leather hat bands instead of these ribbon hat bands as well. I like these ribbons on straws. I'm interested in trying a leather hat band on my felts, but you know, usually on a felt it'll have the felt hat band or a ribbon hat band, but some felts you can do a leather. I've seen some pretty cool custom leather hat bands. I've even had some companies reaching out wanting to send me one and wanting to market and advertise with me for their leather hat bands. So who knows, maybe later this fall when I switch back to my felts, I'll try out one of those leather hat bands. So if you want to see more of my cowboy hats, the very first video I ever posted to this page was, I believe it's called I Wore This Hat for 1,000 Days. It's something like that, and I go over all the hats that I had at the time. Actually, it's not all the hats that I had at the time, but most of the hats that I had at the time, ones that meant something to me, were special to me, and ones that I wore. So you can go check that out. I've got all kinds of videos on my channel about Western jackets, belts that I wear, boots that I wear, vests, just a whole bunch of stuff. So if you're interested in learning more about Western fashion, Western wear, Western gear, cowboy gear, this channel is a great place for you to be able to do that, and I think you'll enjoy the videos that I've got here on the channel. I sure hope so. If you've enjoyed this one, leave me a comment. Let me know that you've enjoyed it, what you liked about it, what you would like to see more of. I really enjoy making these videos, but I enjoy it the most when I know that it's connected with all of you and been of something of value for you. So if there's a particular video that you're wanting to see me make, let me know down in the comments. I'd be happy to get some requests from you guys and be able to put some of those videos out for you coming up in the future. So let me know about that. And I would like to ask if you would like this video as well. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, you're welcome to do that. I'd love to have you here. Subscribe, hang out. We got a bunch of great folks here subscribed to What a Cowboy Wears. We have some fun conversations down in the comments, and I really enjoy talking with you guys. So other than that as well, if you are a social media person, I do have a rather large Instagram and TikTok page that's growing pretty quickly. So I post there almost every day on each of those platforms. My TikTok and Instagram are named the same thing as this channel, just What a Cowboy Wears. So you can look those up at What a Cowboy Wears. You'll be able to find it. I've got a Facebook page too that I'm beginning to post on, and I'm probably going to start posting a lot of my little reels and shorts and TikToks over here on YouTube as well. But so far, I've just been posting long form content here. Last thing, if there is a brand that you are interested in seeing me work with, maybe a brand you really like that you'd like to know more about, let me know. Leave that down in the comments below too. I'm getting a lot of opportunities to work with some different brands, and excited for the content that's coming with that, the partnerships that I have moving forward. Really looking forward to. I'm actually going to be doing some collaborative projects with some different brands, some special What a Cowboy Wears pieces that'll be coming. I'm excited about that. So lots on the way, lots of fun, lots of Western wear, lots of cowboy gear, whole lot more coming, but you'll miss it if you're not here. So hit that subscribe, hit that like. God bless each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me right here on What a Cowboy Wears.